Look. Hello. Where is... There it is. Not too loud. Not too loud. There we go. Loop. Oh no. Go. No, go away. Shoot it. Let's see. Why are you going so slow? Hello? Expand, please. I guess it's trying so hard. It just won't. There you go. Okay. No, don't do that. Alright. I need to get this done. Alright. I have no ideas. I've already done what I wanted to do. Got... guess for right now I can separate these croquis. Oh, come on. Do I need to make these actionable? I don't even know if I need to make these actionable. Uno momento, por favor, while I make sure I'm following the syllabus. What's going on?
You use a press block. You got it.
Oh, product design. Assignments. Alright, assignment doc. I got the mood board done. Oh, I gotta do a fabric mood board! Oh no! Okay. Oh my god, we have a pattern check on February 5th. That's in less than a week. Oh, jeez. This watch is on a cardboard stock or on a sketchboard, same size. Inked edges, 2x2 inches or larger, double stick taped at the top edge only and indicate fabric source, fabric name, fabric content. Swatches must be actual textile, not images. Oh no. Well. Looks like I'm gonna have to be fast-tracking some stuff to me. Designing an ensemble that's competition worthy. Will complete 10 plural letters, sketches that can be done by hand. Push landscape. 10 color, lightly rendered sketches on a figure, arranged 5 figures per page. Front view on the figure, back view sketches, a small link to that. Beside the figure indicates color and print with marker or watercolor. The figures only, not on the flats. If using markers, marker paper will give you the best representation of color. Indicate any embellishments in your design and make notes on the sides with short descriptions. Also indicate all style lines, darts, shirring, closures, elastic, hem treatments, neckline, armhole finish, top stitching, elastic application, etc. Research sewing instructions for your fabrics and more fabric savvy for guidelines on appropriate hem, seam, and neckline armhole finishes. Okay. So they're just, I don't have to make them be all ooh, basically. I don't have to make them ooh. Alright. Let's get on. Alright. Let's see. I guess I can put my mood board. I can make something tattered. Morticia's dress. Yeah. So basically I've already done the bismuth one. Alright, let's see. Let's go for something more... Let's do like a wide neck. Strong guide empty, come on. Dude, come on. Let me rotate it. Jesus. There. Okay. Well, if this is... Let's do a different layer. I guess we can do like a tight wide neck. And then some like fabric scrunching or something right here. And like do like a loop. Looped open arm for the sleeve. And kind of make it a little bit more proofed. No. Do something along the arm, and then it can like loop on this finger or something. And then we can do what can we do? So this will actually be like a more like a cowl neck situation right here. actually to be more like, it's a cowl neck, it's gonna crease in and then open up to that crease. Yeah, I guess so. And then ooh, what we could do is like a bell sleeve. It can be like a bit looser and flowy in the arm. Make it a bell sleeve. It starts at like an elbow or so. Yeah. Oh, but that means I'd have to do ruffles. I just can't get away from ruffles. Or gathers. Every single time. Oh. But it would look so neat. Okay, we'll do it. It's fine. We'll do it. What we could do instead is do this more fitted elbow kind of thing, and then have like an underpinning of ruffled edges here and a more yeah, this would probably be good. We can do like a lacy scalloped edge or something on it. Yeah, sure, why not? And then we can do we want to mimic the ruff? Let's mimic the ruff more at the waist. Let's have this come down and circle as such. And then we can mimic the ruff here at the waist. And we can do like scalloped edge as well here. And that will give us our shirt. Got these lines. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. And then we can just make the excuse me, the body. We can do I could do some culottes. Culottes would be pretty interesting. So let's hide this layer. Make a new one. Put that one underneath. Go ahead and make this one assisted 2. I think wide pants would look good on this. So let's do pants. They're wide legs. And then let's see, we can do like some style lines here that actually turn into like pleats. And one here. Drag this down just a little bit more. So now we can connect here, and then do small connect like that. Let's see. What kind of closure? I don't, well, I need to give it a waist. Do I have to? Not necessarily. Should I? Probably. Let's give it just a band. Let's give it hook and eye closure. Ew, do I want to do a zipper? Zippers are gross. Maybe. I could do a lapped sailor closure. And here. 2, 3, 4. Let's make her thing just a little bit smaller. Yeah, we'll do buttons, because zippers suck. And then we can do alright. This top part. We can make that a charcoal color. Or maybe we can do like a darker blue, almost like a charcoal dark blue color. Let's switch this over to soft brush. There. Almost kind of looks like a skirt. It's pretty nice. Alright, and then here and here. I'll make this like a dark blood red. Ooh. And then we can do texture details in these. Make this like a nice gold. Do gold buttons on these. Okay, without the croaky, this is what they look like. Alright. Okay. Alright, and then I don't think she'll care if it's because she said lightly rendered, so what do you need? Add a fly right here. That's a J shape. The placket, I guess we can turn down that a little bit. More like stitching. Let's see. We of course can't forget pockets, so we'll put in a little thing saying that we're gonna have pockets. I don't want to do like a lapped pocket because those they're not hard, but they're what's the word? They're tedious. Yeah. Though I did put a welt pocket on my other one that I did. And I fucking hate welt pockets with a passion. Let's see. These are pretty plain. So let's throw in some like gold threading along the seams, just for some detail. Well, first, hold on. It's not the right color. Cover up all these white lines. I don't need these. And then let's see. Blot it in. And then cover up all these. And then cover up all these. Luckily I have drawing assist on, so I don't have to worry about the other side. Oh, my cat's stuck. Guess I was leaning down too much. Let's see. Oh, I haven't even shown off my cats and the rest of the Discord. If I get through these drawings, I'll definitely show you. Excuse me. So we're entering these into a competition. And I've got to get 10 sketches done. Apparently I was supposed to have fabric swatches with these, and I'm like... Whoops! At the same time, I usually like to get my sketches done before I get my swatches. Because I don't go with textiles first, I go with inspiration. But I mean... Streamlabs. I mean, it's not like... Well... I wonder if she'll give me a few days because of the snowstorm. I've been in my house for 4 days. Right? I was stuck in my house for 4 days. I actually just left for the first time today to go to the store. And I highly doubt anybody's gotten their swatches, or if they did, you know, they're more on top of it than me. Which would not surprise me either. But we're supposed to do this for a competition. I already have an idea that I want to do, like, either a linen or a gauze for the darker stuff, and then maybe, like, a sateen or satin or taffeta for, like, the color parts. Because I also have this lovely ensemble from my first one. So, for sure, the top part's gonna be like a type of fabric that can actually take some wear. And then all the red's gonna be like a lining, like a silky kind of lining. I'm thinking about doing cording for all the gold stuff on it. And then, of course, little buttons and like gold threading, gold top stitch, some lacy cuffs. And then this is just gonna be like a scalloped lace that I can find somewhere. I don't know. And then, 'cause here's the jacket part. And underneath is the skirt. That's my inspiration is very, very gothic. And then, I do already have this one. I do like this one. This one's gonna be more of like a brocade kind of thing. And I was thinking more gauze, like a double gauze for the flowerier bits. And then this piece, the big piece that's hanging down, probably like a taffeta or maybe a satin. Maybe like a lightweight satin, because satin doesn't really drape that easily. I don't know. I like how she said lightly rind, and I did not indeed lightly rind. Here's my kitty. The kitty that I've been drawing. I have her fully fleshed out with all the different millions of layers. Now I just need to rig her. This is gonna be my new avatar that I'm thinking about. She's so angy. I love her. Yeah. Oops. So, I am just... I feel like I'm already behind, and I am. Oops. Let's do that. There's one guy in our class who, he's already on the draping stage. I don't know if that boy even did 10 sketches. Because he saw one idea that he really liked, and then he settled on it. And Professor was like, yeah, go for it. I just found it very interesting to finally have a professor that's not doubting us at every turn. because he still tried to explain his thought process, and she's like, no, it's the one that you're most excited about. And we just kind of sat there in disbelief a little bit. Because there's a couple of professors that are like, we love them, but you're not the best at giving us confidence in what we're doing. We had to constantly argue with them about what we wanted to do. It was not a fun time. There was one professor, we went and did her class that was an elective, basically. And it was about creativity and mental health. And oh boy, did that class make our mental health suffer? I still can't think about that class without getting irrationally angry. Green onion, why are you like this? Go over there, please. Thank you. I need to give them water. Because it was a research class. Really, it was a research for her class. And anytime we had an idea, she would hem and haw, and then she would also go and be like, oh, I like the idea. And then the next day, I don't like the idea. And then the next day, why don't you guys do this? And it's the exact same thing that we did the first time. She irrationally pissed me off. I lost a lot of respect for that woman. After that, it was so bad. I'm gonna put a filter on this real quick. That should be better. But it was so weird because we would get so excited about this one thing, and then she'd be like, okay, yeah, alright, I see the vision. And then I guess she talked herself out of it between then and the next class. And we had this really awesome idea at first. We were going to make basically a caftan, and we were going to call it the human experience, because what we were doing is going to do creativity inspired things. And on top of this, we were also working with high school students. So we had to do like art things and stuff with them. And that part was fun. I actually really enjoyed that part. I didn't mind that part at all. But it just got to a point that we were just kind of like, what's the point in being around these teenagers, because all we're doing is doing some weird creativity thing on clothing that's not even going to be put to use. Because her original idea was, oh, let's do like a fashion show on like some accessory kind of things. We can do like headbands or purses or shoes, or we can do like a jacket or something. And people did that. Sorry, my nose is all runny today. And then she's suddenly like, hey, new idea, we're going to be doing items for ITAA. And I'm like, when was this decided? And we had literally a month to get stuff done from start to finish, which, honestly, would have been completely fine if our idea hadn't been constantly told, I don't really like it. Why don't you do this? I don't want to do a fucking jacket. I don't care about jackets. Oh, but I really think that it would be really so cool if you did like all these pockets all over a jacket. And I'm like, that's not what we're trying to go for. We are trying to go for pockets, but not with a jacket. And like, we already had this idea. We even like started doing the patterning and everything after she told us, yeah, I like the idea. So we convinced her to for her to let us do a pair of pants. And I love the pants. I did. I really did. We decided on like these extremely wide-legged pants, like parachute pants basically. And she finally was like, okay, I'll let you guys do that. But whenever we finished, she's like, I don't know if it would really do good in the ITAA. And we're like, you know what? That's fine. Just let us do our final. We ended up getting a 75 on it. And I was so pissed for the rest of the semester. I didn't care if we were going to ICA. I didn't care about anything. She didn't explain anything to us. Nothing was great. Everything was terrible. Mind you, this was a year ago. And I'm still pissed off about it. It was terrible. I'm just so glad I don't have to deal with her in the school year. Because apparently she did product development for the juniors last year. Yeah, for real. You don't get over it. It's so fucking dumb how some of these professors can be so nearsighted. And it just sucks because this isn't a design field. It's very subjective to the person who's creating. It's not, you know, oh, you gotta do the scientific thing correctly with the analytics or whatever. No, this is completely a design field. It's a creativity field, so it's very subjective to the person who makes it and the person who looks at it. And I'm okay with that. The class was oriented towards graduate students. Was so over my head. A 7%? Did they not, like, specify that it was more graduate-oriented? Because that sucks. That's dumb. I would have been very pissed about that. For real. Like, how bad did everybody else do that the curve was, like, literally 63% C? Jeez. Yeah, she pisses me off to this day. And, like, she's a cool person if you, like, sat down and just talked to her. I will take a class with her if she's teaching from the book. I will not take a class from her if it hinges on my creativity. Mm-mm. So.
Oh, I'm back.
But yeah, she pissed me off. She pissed me off so much. I also had another class that was like that this last semester. It was just this last semester, right? My virtual fashion one that you went and sat at?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was... Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I had another one, and we were supposed to design for a competition. It was a very limited competition. It was just within the class, but there was still a scholarship involved with it. And like the highest scholarship was like 1,500, but it was divided amongst the group because we had a group that we were supposed to be with. And it was, anytime I hear the words prototype in the same sentence as class, I'm never taking that class ever again. And it was retail branding and the apparel design and manufacturing students. We had one retail branding person within a group, unless there was like an extra person, so that one team had like an extra person for retail branding. But they, for some reason, were lecturing over these different things for, like, they were trying to teach us both sides. But it's like, why do I need that if I'm literally just going to be designing a dress? And then they made it seem like we were all going to be working on one collab dress. And I was like, okay, this is fine. That's whatever. And then I found out that, no, we're all making at least one garment. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. But then we also had to go through a program called CLO, which, if we were taught correctly, or had enough time to be taught correctly, it would have been great. They gave us 6 class days of less than an hour each to learn how to use that program. But the thing is, these 6 classes were once a week. So, yeah. But we had to sit for nearly, basically 2.5 hours listening to someone teach us about branding? Shouldn't those, like, be flopped? Shouldn't we have been lectured at for an hour and then had the lab hour for like 2.5 hours? Because that seems better? I don't know, man. It was not great. And then, because it was so rushed, we had no time to, like, do a mock-up to make sure it fits on the mannequin, because it's all virtual. We got the measurements from the mannequin, but whenever we put the dresses on the mannequin, everybody's was like 2 or 3 sizes too small. And mine, I forced that onto the mannequin. I was like, no, we're not doing this. I was already pissed off because everything felt like it kept changing. So I have a hard time whenever it comes to change, especially from a perceived idea of what we're supposed to be doing. And if you constantly change it on me, I'm gonna be pissed. Which, I know in this field, it's going to be constant. So I gotta get used to that now. But I just hate being like, yeah, here's my idea. Oh, I love it. And then whenever I'm already halfway done with that idea, no, let's go ahead with something else. And I'm like, I just wasted all of this time. You're wasting my time and your resources. Right now, my own resources. Because I'm the one buying the fabric. Why can't we just go ahead and decide on, yes, I really like this at first, and then stick with it? So that way I'm not going, oh, I need to buy more fabric because you think this is stupid. Most of the time now I just go ahead and just go with it. So listen, I'm dropping $200-300 on fabric each semester that I have to do sewing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead with what I want to do. And if you don't like it, that's too damn bad. Like that one with the creativity and mental health class, she was actually telling somebody, you need to change this 4 days before it was due. And was basically saying, you need to redo it. Because she didn't like the way it looked. And we're like, bro. And we just told her, no, just keep it. It's literally 4 days before the finals due. Just keep it as is. And, you know, if she fucks up your grade, you can go to the director head. Ooh, these are looking snazzy. Alright, let's redo the line in the middle. Like 17%. Is that fine? Okay. Man, what is going on with your crotch over here? You look like you got a heckin' camel toe going on, man. Let's not have the camel toe going on. That would be bad. There we go. No camel toe for you. You gotta add one right here. Oh, that's not the right color. For the plaits. Ah, my nose. It's so stuffy and runny. Alright, so if we layer that with this. Okay, alright. Whoa. Let's do. Guess we can do the same color. Let's add a layer for the color. Not that one. Okay. Hello, how you do? Oh, no, no. Don't do that. Is that one? Yeah, looks like one. Okay. Bored. Hello, I do have a loaf on my bread. I have a loaf on my bread, apparently. I have a loaf of bread on my head. There we go. Indeed I do. Indeed I do. Because why not? Alright, freehand. Not on that one. This one. I am. This is homework. Is that one open? No, okay. Nope. Nope. Yep. These other ones are open. Okay. Freehand the rest of them. Have you been, Everett? Haven't seen you in a moment. Everything going alright? Did you get stuck in the snowstorm? It got pretty bad up here for us Texans. Up here. Down here, should I say. Finally left my house after 4 days. Roads are still pretty bad. For a Texan, anyways. Yeah, that's true. I still had to get my Mandarin homework done, too. That's not always fun to watch. But then I found out, oh, this actually isn't due until, you know, Tuesday, and I was like, oh, I'll just procrastinate. As you do, you know. Ah, my nose. So, that's why we're here. Let's add this in. These in. Alright, now let's soft brush with that color, yes. Let's see how this looks. Do this layer. Let's turn off the pants. Not those pieces, come on. Why are you being like this? I'll just exclude them. Bruh, come on. Close. Ooh, that would be so much fun. I'm gonna be so glad if you can. It was so much fun playing with everybody. We'll see. I still need to pick a day for next month. And then, in March, it'll definitely be the week of the 16th, because that's whenever I have my spring break. And then, probably next month, probably the last week of February. Wow, February is exactly 4 weeks this year. First is starting on a Sunday, the 20th ends on a Saturday. That's pretty cool. But yeah, we'll probably do like a community day on the last week. I'm so excited. That'll be so much fun. But I'm making. I have to do 10 sketches for this class, and then we're going to be entering them into a competition. So it'll be fun. Yeah. Oh, come on. Why are you like this? There. Oof. Bruh. Oh my god, come on. Ding dong. And then we'll do a freehand move these guys down here. That's that, and that's removed. I'll do an add. At this area up here. All the grown up parts. Alright, cool. I'll do this on this layer. Let's see, will this look alright if we add the red right here? Maybe? Script pen. Since we have the line work on a different layer, we can do this. So I'm filling all these white lines. So did you ever find out what was going on with your internet, Lindsay? Why was it being shitty? Yeah, that sucks. Like I was saying that last time, I know a lot of our neighbors complain about it. We just got really lucky with ours. So sorry they have to go through that. Because the guy said that our internet was lifetime, right?
What?
The guy said ours was lifetime for the internet, right?
Yes. Look, when, what's your name? Optimum, took us in and we were grandfathered in to Optimum. So they are legally not allowed to change our price or our speeds. So if let's say we still have the same internet in 10 years and the internet goes up to 150, 200 bucks
Yeah.
for 1 gig or whatever,
Uh-huh.
then we still will be paying the same price. 1 gig internet.
I mean, we have one the same price as if we had 1 gig internet. Nice. Got to the point where every night it was dropping to 5 download every 50. Damn. Contacted them, they said, I'd love to help, but our ability to provide service is under maintenance right now. What? Why would you have your stuff under what? That's weird. Sounds bad. That's really weird. Oops. I never learned what the problem was, but got better. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's at least complaining got better, got better service, I guess. Sometimes you just gotta be a Karen. Because really the only thing they want out of you is just your money. Not happy with your service? You wanna leave? Well, you know what? Here's internet at a lower cost, like you were hoping for us to do for the next 6 months. Great. And then they jack up the cat. Cat just walked all over my thing. Excuse me, kitten. There you go. No. You know, that's where the entitlement comes from, is they do that and then they change it whenever people complain. And that's why we have Karens today thinking they can get anything they want. Well, exactly, Butters, exactly. See, Butters knows. Everyone dead and everything might not be able to get maintenance. That's true. No, stop it. Can I help you, kitten? Butter's just sitting right beside me on my chair. Oops. Yep. This is true. Because we all know it's not the person who's listening to our complaint. It's not their fault. Can I help you, cat? Don't chew on that. That is $100 Apple Pencil. Do not chew on my pencil.
I got you a cheap replacement for $20.
About had a heart attack when I had to buy this iPad. So I'm getting every single use that I can out of it. 'Cause I'm an Android person. I don't do Apple. This is my technically first Apple product that I purposely bought. And I like it. I do like my iPad. It does some pretty cool things. The update that they did is actually pretty cool. Because now I can, like, resize shit. This is pretty neat. I like that feature. So now if I need to, like, resize something so I can, like, do stuff side by side, because there are some apps that you can't do side by side, I can actually do that now. So that's a plus. Apple Spirit. Says we complain about the same thing repeating in a short period. This is true, it does get bumped up to management because they're like, hey, this person's having a lot of problems, maybe we should look into this. But yeah, I am not an Apple product person. I absolutely refuse to buy anything unless I absolutely have to, or use it unless I absolutely have to. This thing is still a learning curve, and I feel so bad because sometimes I'll ask the other students in my class to help me. I feel like such a fucking boomer as if the 18-year-old is like showing me how to do shit. Because she's like, you need to go to your settings. I'm like, because on settings on an app, on an Android, all you do is just swipe down and you put the little cog. On this, you have to like go find the app, and I'm like, where the fuck is the app? My app page is a mess. There's no rhyme or reason to anything on here. It's just, oh, this was downloaded last, so here's a new page for it. I feel like such a boomer. I'm pretty sure I could actually go through the settings and fix that up. Because I'm used to a home screen and then the app drawer. That's what I'm used to. And not having that on an Apple is very disconcerting to me and very disorienting. On my PC and phone, I just use search function or everything. I mean, yes, this is true. On my phone, I actually have like folders and stuff where, like, oh, here's my finances, here's my most used apps and things like that. But on my computer, I mean, I used to be able to navigate through a computer to find everything. But you know, since Windows 7, that hasn't happened. So I use the search function as well for all of that too. So I know exactly what you mean. Alright. Oh, I could have turned on assist on this. It's time to switch to Linux. No thank you. I've tried Linux. I did not like Linux. Linux is for people who know what they're doing on a computer. I mean, I do know what I'm doing on a computer, but I am not someone who opens up command prompt and use that. I'm not that person. We had Linux at my last job and I did not like it. Yes, I have no idea what that question means. Like, that is how... Nah, I have no idea what that means. The one that we had was at my old work, because my boss was a Linux person, and she was always like, oh, you need to update stuff, and I would go and update stuff, and I'm like, how the fuck do I update shit? And she showed me, and like, she's like, oh, just make sure that the things that it's updating are good for the computer or whatever. And I'm like, I don't fucking know this. What do you mean? Usually I just update my computer, and if it fucks it up, I roll back the update. I don't know what if this is good for the computer. As with Linux, the one that we use, we had to, it showed us like, oh, this is the things that it's going to be downloading, and it's always like the .dll shit that it would try to download, and I'm like, looks good to me, and then just type in the password to get it downloaded, and hope that it works. She was a big Linux user, and Linux is for people who know how to code and know how to run a command prompt efficiently, and know how to run, like the, fuck, what is it called? Know how to do, like, ping and shit through the command prompt. I am not that person. I used to have to, because I grew up on before Windows 95. But I literally just used command prompt to run a literal 5-inch floppy disk. Nowadays, I find a problem on my computer, and I look up the solution, and then I follow the steps. I at least know how to put my computer into safe mode, so if I need to delete something that I downloaded that turned out to be a virus, I can do that. But that's the extent of my knowledge. Cat, get off of my not my computer, my iPad. I'm trying to use the computer mouse without computer mouse. One time my keyboard broke, and I had to put on the the on-screen keyboard so I could just like post stuff. And then whenever my cat, get off of my iPad. Whenever I had to, whenever my mouse broke before I got this one, I had to navigate. I at least know like macros and things like that to get around, so I can connect shit and things like that. What do you mean when I'm trying to look up on it? So I get Windows commands with it too. Yeah, whenever Windows took over, like officially took over, they did the PowerShell instead of just the MS-DOS or the run command. See, Cat, you made me backtrack on what I was doing. Alright. So let's add on Slayer and the Slayer. Okay, not too shabby. Still looks a little plain. Yeah. Hmm. So plain. Stuff on there. Ooh, actually. I have an idea. That layer under there. I'm going to switch to a lace brush. Let's do... Wish I could see these better. So we can do that one. Do this very opaque. Let's say 25. Oh, that looks bad. Let's do very opaque. Pencils and inks, markers, stills, oils, wash, watercolors, charcoals, basics, glittering, comics. Let's do motorsport. No. Let's do mountain lilac. See how that looks. Oh, it's a little bit too much. I'll just erase. I can do a lacy underneath. Let's see, I think someone's neckline here. Yeah, me too. I was thinking, adding a more like, because my style that I'm going for is, vampire chromanticism. Which honestly is a style that I am totally into. So I'm thinking because I really like these fringe details, like from Morticia's dresses. I have been doing a lot of lace. I might need to do something else. I do like this lace detail on the shoulder right here. Or like the lacing right here, kind of like a see-through with a neck collar kind of thing. You know what I could do? Not erase. Could add in underneath. And we can do some like window peek through. And do some slashing on the shirt. No, I was thinking about maybe... Oh, this is on top. This needs to be underneath. No, don't group. I was thinking maybe mirror the ruffles. Possibly. Do it more this color. Oh, that looks bad. It looked really bad. True. What if we did like... almost... collar that fringes. It goes around. Almost vampiric-like. Would that be too much? That might be too much. We could just keep it to like lace. Maybe make it shorter. And then this can disappear, actually. Let's make that disappear. Why am I doing this on the pant layer? Oh well. I don't know, that's giving me 2000s Abercrombie person with the popped collar. I don't really like the collar. Cats are playing. It could mirror the neckline here. Not a straight line though. More following this line right here. I'm still drawing on that layer, damn it. So we can, oops. Oh. Like that. And then... oh, I could do this. Hold on. Let's go with this one. Erase everything. Streamlabs. Alright, this, here. Why is that darker? So if I go over, it's gonna give like a... Well, actually, that's not too bad. Give it like a layered lacy effect or something, I don't know. Ah. We can do soft brush, like 2%. It's a little more controlled. A little bit darker. And then that. Peel off this extra right here. Voila. And I'm gonna add like script brush pen right here. Just to show the collar piece. Okay, and then because it's giving corporate. It's giving like business casual corporate. Bruh, Marshy, what are you doing? Just being crazy. And then okay, and let's go back to this. Really control it. Two, 3, 4. 5. One more. 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, It also might look plain because the croquet is pretty plain. Yeah. And then what we can do is with our technical pin, we can do like gold threading along the seam lines. Let's do a layer that we can actually see. Let's do this one. I like how she always said, lightly rendered, and here I am, not making it lightly rendered this entire time. And then let's take off shirt pieces. I'm gonna go with pants now. And we'll do and not on that side. Should take off the assist. There. Now I can put the assist back on. Now we'll do... so we can do a top stitch on this side too. Those are darts that fold out into pleats, so I'll do the top stitching on this side. You can hear what sounds like a tornado going through my house. It's Marshy. Not Marshy, actually, it's Marshall. And just Marshall running through here. Being an absolute crazy spazzy cat. Marshy, go play with your son. So he doesn't quit, so he can quit being all weird, please. It's really bad stitch lining, but I promise I'll make it actually good whenever I whenever I sew this together. And we'll do a hemline. I just need to get this done because I also have an essay to write and a quiz to take. I have so much shit to do, y'all. School's canceled tomorrow too, so I won't even be in class tomorrow. So I got a gold thread details. Oh, I guess because these are buttons. I wonder if long ways? No, sideways would be best. We'll do like gold buttonholes. Those are actually some really nice pants. I might make those for myself. Okay, alright. I'm liking this ensemble. This is still pretty plain. Maybe... It's pretty fitted. See, depending on the fabric is. Yeah. I like wovens better than knits. So, I do like double gauze. Double gauze could probably be used for the top part. Okay, be safe. I could probably do double gauze up top. And then on the back side, probably have like... Oh, I know. I'll make this a little bit better. Well, if it's really fitted to the waist, it's really fitted to the waist like that. The waist is going to need to open up so that they can get into the shirt. So what we could do is on this layer and on this layer. Let's go to this layer first. Let's add in some like toggle buttons. Yes. Some small dainty toggle buttons. Down the center front would be best. So we'll need to placket this way. Since this is see-through, the placket's going to be see-through on this side. And then this one we can do a little bit darker. Do drawing assist, so it can do both sides. Oh, wrong one. Then on both sides, we can have this. Well, we can make it here, just past the waist, into the hip area. and make it look a little grandma, but you know what? Sometimes that's what the aesthetics are about. Sometimes the aesthetics are about making it look like a grandma. Actually, we could probably make it a little bit smaller. Let's line it up with that one. To the hip area. I mean, I guess we may as well make it full down. You can have the placket end in like a triangle shape. And then you can have little toggle buttons. One here. That's definitely not in the center. One here. Here. Definitely need one right in the center here. Wait. 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 Oh, do I want to do that though? Oh, those are a piece of shit. Yes. Yes, I do. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is gonna suck if I have to do this. I will be okay. I will be a-okay. It will be a-okay. We are drawing on the wrong layer. Oop. Okay. Now, excuse me. That's the outside. Let's wait. Okay. Wait, hold on. Let me copy this over on the actual layer. Hold on. It's not going to sit just like that. It'd be more like it goes over the bust and then it comes in like this. Arc. Yeah, that looks good. And this will follow suit along with it. Raise this up here. Scoop this down here. Yes. Perfect. Love it. Alright, so now on this layer, I can erase along this line. Oh, that's the wrong line erasing. Alright. Now, I can do this. Is that the right color? Oh, okay. I'm still on this layer, okay. And then I can go in and actually, it's this layer. So I'm gonna erase that part. Oh wait, you know what? Let's do this. Let's keep it on this top part. We'll redo this. I'll redo that line. And then this layer, go off that line. And this layer. Actually, let's go back to this one. Technical pin. A little bit bigger. There we go. Now, We can use this. Oh boy, I really like this idea. What a lacy look. And then still on that. Soft brush. One. Two. Oop, nope. Two. Three. Four. Five. And six. Ooh, okay. Alright, we're getting somewhere, Alright. On this layer, let's stretch. And then we can, on this one actually, we can remove this line. That's no longer the center. Script pen. Zoom in. Get rid of these lines. Oh, I thought that was on the. Oh no, I thought that was on the. Oh, I am on that one. Okay, never mind. This one. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay. I'm liking this. Okay. I'll go a tad darker on the color right here. Just because it's a grommet area. My cat looks like she's asleep. Let's set up a little bit. Put this up on a stand. This. Pretty sure she doesn't mean for us to like fully flesh it out like this, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm not worried about having to get material in the fabric. Glad you got home safe. So what I'm actually gonna do so I'm gonna grommet this bitch up. Because I hate myself for some reason. Guess really I could have just done this. Slayer, we'll do this. Oh. I gotta make it difficult for me somehow, I guess. And then details, we can do luckily, you can buy grommets already on a ribbon, so I don't have to do this by hand or anything. Okay. Alright. Okay. And then... Oh. Basically, yeah, I am making stuff 17-year-old Riven would have loved to have worn back in high school. And I'll wear it today, too. It's not a line. Stomach is growling. Why is my stomach growling? And we can do... should we have them tuck it in? Maybe I can find one with like a gold crimp on it or something. Oh, that's way too big. Yes. Yes. I love it. Okay. Let's do smaller. I didn't realize I did this line right here. Yeah. Yep. That looks a lot better. I like it. Thank you! Welcome in! I'm doing homework for my fashion degree, so feel free to come in and chill out. Let's see. I kind of feel like I should incorporate the grommet into the pants as well, because the pants are very plain. I could add them as like a trim on the bottom, or trim along. Ew! Okay, alright, I got it. It's gonna be trim on the plackets. Not the plackets, the pleats. Extreme Labs. It's too thin. What? Cancel. We're supposed to be on this one. Okay. Awesome! I'm doing, It's more for, like, the actual big brands. So, like, pattern drafting and all that fun stuff. I know that the costume design for theaters also do the pattern drafting. For us, it's a minor. In my college, it's a minor. So, he didn't... The one person that's going for costume design for theater, he, his last semester was last semester, and I miss him so much. He was such a great guy. But, we're doing more like actual apparel productions, so like the portfolio and gathering all the research and then making garments. I'm in my last semester of my junior year, and the next year actually, we'll be doing an actual collection of 4 garments. So we'll have to do like the whole portfolio review for the first semester, and then the spring semester we'll be doing like actual garment making and do an actual runway. So right now I'm doing this so that we are going to a competition called FGI. So but that's really cool. Bachelor's in Fine Arts. Hey, I mean, design is a part of the fine arts, you know? Thanks for the follow. Just so you know, these aren't my regular streams. I am more of a gaming streamer. I just have to get my homework done by tomorrow. So that's why I'm drawing. But, you know, if people really like these, I might, if I have to do homework again, I'll probably do this. I do have to do a lot of drawing for my portfolio next semester, so I might have to do that. And we also have other competitions and stuff like that. But thank you for the follow, I do appreciate you. Let's see, I'll put it right here. No, that's too. Let's see. I guess we can put it more up here. Here. And we can adjust the width here in a second. Yeah, that looks good. And this one we can do more like that, because it looks like it's more 3D, I guess. Excuse me, why didn't you do the thing? You have to do all your designs as physical art? Ooh. Well, I mean, if it's fine arts, then yeah, I can see that. Luckily for us, we can do digital or physical. And to me, digital is just so much easier because, you know, you don't have to go out and get $1,000 worth of art supplies. Because we did have to take art 1, 2, and then a third one. I took illustration instead of life drawing because I don't feel like looking at ding-dongs for 3 hours a day. So I was like, I'm gonna go with illustration instead. Oh, it's the industry standard for theater? Dang. I mean, I guess that's understandable. A lot of theater does incorporate art, and if it's not art, it's carpentry. And if it's not carpentry, it's clothes. And sound. Why are you being like this? Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright. Let's push that one in. Edit line. Squeeze in here. We'll add it like this. Yes? Oh shit, I didn't have assist draw on. God damn it. Nil is playing Brotato. What kind of game is Brotato? That's weird. Since we're thinking making Just Clothes do what Just Clothes are not meant to do. Yeah, that's so many rips and so many alterations and very quick repairs between scenes. But, you know, good on you for wanting to go into that. I know it's a pretty brutal, sorry, my brain just farted, career path to go down. Yeah, don't do that. But, you know, if you enjoy what you're doing, you can get through anything, right? Because I know mine is pretty brutal, too. It's fashion. Of course it's gonna be brutal. Okay, so these gold detailing is actually gonna be not part of it. I show customizes period piece set like the 8th. Ooh. That's actually my favorite, my absolute favorite era is the late Victorian period, the 1980s, or the 1890s. So like the S corsets, the petticoats and the skirts and all that fun stuff. But you know, if the corset is made correctly, the corset is what takes all the burden of the skirts. So there's a lot of them that also have like hooks to help hang the skirts on them as well. So, but like actual 1890s skirt or corset patterns, those are the ones that you want to look at to hang all the skirts on, because the corsets that are today, they're more for outwardly show than anything, and they're not as sturdy as the ones that they make back in the 1890s. So, and a lot of people are like, but you can't breathe in them. Then you have it too tight. You have it too tight if you can't breathe in it. But femininity and the female form, it's just being brutalized with the corsets. Who do you think made corsets? Who do you think put that standard on women? Women did. I have a whole thing whenever it comes to the Victorian period. Let's put this on a different layer. Especially when hanging the skirt. Ooh! Women boxers. Oh, nice. Oh, that's actually really cool. That's really awesome. Yeah, I have a whole thing about Victorian fashion. Not that I'm saying that you didn't do them correctly. But yeah, there's a lot of fabric, there's a lot of heavy fabric with it, so. Indeed. The first bra was a corset, basically. Yeah, I could try to cross on for fun. It was so cool. Yeah, exactly. It's a wearable hug, but people always think, oh, it's. They think of the tight lacing, and I'm like, that's not how a corset is actually supposed to sit. It's supposed to be like a sock, like a wearable hug. Yes, you'll get tired of it because today we have the steel boning and the synthetic baleen, which is basically just plastic. But like, actual baleen it's keratin, so it molds to your body through heat, and it's not like, it's like, duh. First bra, wouldn't surprise me, honestly, because corsets were actually for support in the bust. And so after, in the 1920s, whenever they got rid of the actual corset, they needed something to support, so it would not surprise me if a woman actually did make a bra. But, as some men tend to do, they like to try to take over women-dominated spaces. Whammon. I don't know if there's a bootleg of the show, but it's about the phenomenon of lady boxing champs in England at the time, based on a true story. Sweet Science of Bruising. I'll have to look that up, because that sounds like a lot of fun. But because in order to get the corset to lay flat, they would put in what was called a busk in the 1910s, and the busk was usually wooden. And then, so whenever in the 1920s, the 1920s girls didn't want to dress like their grandmas from the 1890s. So what they did is they ditched the tight fitting, but then they had no support in the bust area. Oh shit, I didn't put on my drawing assist again. And then, so they had to have some way of doing so. But cups specifically for the breasts is very hard to develop. It's a very complicated piece of clothing. And today we have molded cups, so it's made by heat in a heat press, and that's how we're able to do that. But back then they had to sew them together because they didn't have that technology just yet. So, and then they started using the hook and eye for the bras and whatnot. I mean, same for underwear. They didn't have panties at all until I think it was probably the 1930s. Technically starting in the 1890s, because they had what are called combinations. So a combination was just like what's the word? Just like a front cover. It was so much fun. The set looked like old timey theater at a boxing ring at the front. On the second night of the show, the crowd got super into it. We were cheering like it was so hyped up from that. That's so cool. Exactly. They just had pee holes. They were crotchless. It's because, you know, whenever you had to go to the bathroom, all you did was just fluff up your skirt and sit down, or had a pan to slip underneath. There wasn't like actual underwear to pull down because that would just be too meh. And that's why back then they also had like period belts. They had menstruation belts, so that, you know, they had like a pad or something that it would clip onto, and then that's the only underwear, quote, I'm doing quotes with my fingers, but you can't see me. That's the only like underwear that they had at that time. So it's an interesting evolution. At least to say. But I mean, if you really want something for your specific body, definitely make sure that you have somebody who knows what they're doing. Oh, that's the wrong layer. It's okay. Alright. Let's get this last piece. And then I think this one will be done. People who got to learn fencing for that show too. Half the pre-show preparations is running all the fight scenes. Ooh, that sounds fun. I think that's the really cool thing about acting, is that you get to learn all these different skills. Like, sure, they're oh, it's an ad. I'll wait for that. Exactly. If you want something done, do it yourself. And yeah, so women actually didn't get into sewing and fashion until the 17th century, because what they more like 18th century, because they still had stays, but because men only knew how to pattern draft for men's bodies, they didn't really take into account the chest shape. And so that's why we had very conical, flat stays. But then women, they started designing dresses called mantuas, and that's actually where we get draping from, is from the mantua period. And the men didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. Because at first they're like, yeah, go ahead, I don't care. You do what you want, woman. And then when they realize that the women are actually making clothes for themselves and not buying from tailors, because women were just milliners. Milliners were people who made hats and gloves and socks and things like that. They weren't people who actually made clothes. The clothes was the men's job. They started saying, oh, the mantua, it's this big, burly, gross thing. It's not pleasing to the eye or whatever, but, you know, women still did what they wanted to do. And then after that, women started making clothes for women. And that's how we started getting the actual corset. And so that's why there's such a big change from the stays into the corset, because the women actually were introduced, and they're like, you know what, this thing is it really shrinks and pushes on the chest, so I don't want that anymore. So that's how they started doing like contours and things like that, because of draping. The shows we're doing in spring are A Doll's House Part 1 and 2, another late 18er. Standing up to the patriarchy. That sounds fun. Theater is such an amazing thing. I love theater so much. It has a special place in my heart. Alright, let's see if we can do this without messing stuff up. Concentrate here for a second. Cat pee. Yeah, you want me to talk? Get me talking about fashion and fashion history. I will talk your ear off about it. My favorite class was fashion history that I had to take. The philosophy and history of dress. That was my favorite class. Oops. And the scene from part 2 in acting class final, and just got to cuss out my friend volunteer was the third grade. The things you get to do as an actor. Oh, that's what I was going to say about your last comment. It's like you get to develop so many skills as an actor. Like, yes, it's very superficial and whatnot, but like the things you get to do as an actor. You get to learn to sword fight. You get to learn how to don and doff armor. You get to yell at people with all your heart and put all your rage into it. And, you know, everybody's like, yeah, that was great. That sounds planned. You know, some of it actually is. Maybe not, you know, towards that specific person, but in acting, you really have to find something that gives you that emotion. So it is like the actual emotion. That's what makes it seem so real, is because it is the actual emotion behind it. Because they tell you need to find, think of like something horrible that happened if you want them to cry, or think about this one person that you really want to yell at, and things like that. And then make it that person. So it's not like, you know, they just have this talent for seeming real. It's like they're actually pulling that emotion. I've gone through a few acting classes through a talent agency. How are we feeling about that? Yes. We're feeling yes about it. We are feeling yes, queen. This is a hobby and the roles of design is crazy. First was the lady who just wanted her husband back by any means. Second was the lady who just wanted her husband gone by any means, including faking her own death. Third to play the love-struck husband. Nice. From me? No. All I did was take classes. I have not produced any works of any kind. The most screen time I've ever gotten is here on Twitch. Is it? That's because I'm looking down. I'm like really close to my iPad. In a shrimp position. I'm shrimping real hard right now. Our last acting plan, I played an alcoholic British asshole. Oh, that sounds fun. What interesting things did you get to say in that? I'm just humming the notes. Just humming the notes. Okay. Alright. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. It feels cohesive. It feels good. Yeah. Yes. And so I would have been the hero and carried you out of the plane crash, but I broke my arm. Sounds like someone who didn't actually want to be the hero. You tried. You did try. Okay. I like this one. This is a yes. This is a check mark. This is the check mark, because I like that one. Alright. So I got 1, 2. I'll put 3 up here. And then, oh my god. I have 7 more to go. Okay, we can do this. And insert photo. Where's the croaky? Not here. It's not in photo, it's in files. Nope, it's not in files. It is in photos. That's a plus size croaky. There it is. Share that one, copy paste. Thank you. I actually made that one. The style of it was made for one of my last classes. But then I made it black and red, and I really liked it. I was like, okay. Something that we're seeing as a sign for musical theory class. I just sing changing my major from fun home, so I got to sing about lesbians doing the devil's tango. That's great. Oh my god, that's hilarious. The things that you do for theater. That's amazing. Alright, what shall we do for this one? Let's focus more on like a Morticia dress. Let's make it rippy. Sing along. And you know, some people think like that. There are some people who think like that. And that's the fun part. So we can make this one more of a ready-to-wear. What y'all doing? Oh, I'm sorry.
Uninstall them. Well, uninstall anything either.
It's weird. That's weird. That's dumb. That's even better. That's even better. Let's see. I mean, yes. You're not wrong. Let's see. If we do something like say being backstage crew for shows to see some face. Yeah, that's true. I've done like I never really got into like theater myself, but I did do theater in high school for a semester, and it was a lot of interesting stuff in the back. My oldest is a theater kid, so well, he's a very silly kid. Love him so much. We do like if we do like a swaddly looking bodice. Let's make it just the bodice piece. Too high. Space game is having children with your cargo hold. Ah! That. And then this or something? So no eating costumes rule. So I'm minding my business chilling to hear from the green room. Hey, cast it over, give me some quick. Come on, like, what are you boys doing? There's a master container of Italian seasoning mix and hopping it because it gives us some simians for Italian seasoning. That's why you eat beforehand. And then I can do like a layered fringy gauze? I don't know. Let's do... I guess we can basically copy the sleeve that we had on the jacket. And do something kind of big until it tightens around the wrist or so. Yeah. The seasonings in the kitchenette. Allspice? Ugh. Sounds very not fun. Let's try some hanging gauzy fringe stuff. His sleeves just sounds interesting. Maybe? I'm not entirely too sure how I'm feeling on this one. With something ripped. Ripped and fringy on the sides. Yeah, like a Morticia. Like a Morticia, but shattered vibe. I'll put both of the sleeves on. And then once in class, I drink watercolor paint water. Oh, by accident. After learning it was non-toxic, and she was sipping on it like it was like, oh my god. It's a little chalky, but not bad. I mean, I bet he had a hell of a stomachache after that, though. Yeah, sounds about right. Thanks, Streamlabs. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I thought about going for more of a... like a gauzy, overlapping feel. Almost like structured as this looks. It's plugged in. It's plugged in. Or was that for my thing? It's probably for my pencil. Yeah, it was for my pencil. I'll let it sit and marinate for a little bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. BRB. What? What? What did I come back to? What? What did I come back to? Chugged a bottle of Pepto? Bro. And of course it goes to Nat. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Alright, Apple Pencil. What are you at? 62! Hey! I want a little snacky. Snack time. Go ahead with my pencil. Do some more charting. A bottle of Pepto-Bismol. Guys, lucky his gut still works. Okay. Not sure how I'm feeling on this. So I think what I'm gonna do... start over. I'm just going to draw the basic shapes. So if we want it to wrap, we want it to be chunky. Need to make it boxy on the outside. Make it this. Welcome back. I can't do spice. I'm too white for that. Pepper is too spicy for me. I'm gonna change up my music. Let's go with this one. I love Legend of Zelda 2. After the 5 minutes, it seems you dared to stop me, but it helped that they were stunned. Amazing. I love the Zelda music too, but I've been listening to it for the last 3 hours, and it's a 1 hour loop. Need to get into my groove. Succo? Never tried it. You know what? Let's rethink the design. Sometimes my dead from space still swirling. Very strong, very kind of. I like the taste of it. Ugh. Doesn't sound like anything I want to taste. Look at this. That looks nice. I'm supporting this message to the person who's standing right behind me on the board. Sometimes not looking at the dumb American tourists obligations though. We try to catch pigeons for a good 40 minutes. One for managed to get one to stand on his hands. Wow. I mean, that's what a lot of people, whenever they travel to New York, do. They like to try and catch the pigeons. From what I heard. Went to a karaoke bar on our last night, and DJ sent in her notes. The theater majors came in and stole the vibe. That's great. Oh, it's the one that I listened to for like 30 minutes yesterday, or the other day. Man, we're Muppet Up karaoke bar. Nice. A story about a Midwest woman who called New York weak for not wanting to go outside to do stuff in the wintertime. I mean, don't they basically have the same climate? Just about. I don't know. I'm in Texas, so I don't know. 2 inches of snow is too much for me. Like, it's currently 17 degrees where I am. We got, our coldest was last night, and it was like in the single digits. And tomorrow looks like it's supposed to be like 40 degrees. Looks like it's supposed to be like -4 tonight. Up there, so the weather current's not much about it. Okay. Streamlabs. Lately I've been on a hightail kick. Minecraft. Anything that really catches my interest. I've been thinking about doing Quarantine Zone. Because I like the figure it out kind of games, like puzzle games, basically. So anything with puzzle, platformer, adventure, I do love Legend of Zelda. I've already done, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Thinking about getting a graphics card, a capture card, so I can do Breath of the Wild. So, things like that. When we were made. Oh. It was no accident. I'm also doing community days. And, I've been trying to do community days so that... Oh, I've seen that one. Kindergarten's really funny. But I'm doing community days. We did repo on the last one, earlier. It's only been less than a week or less than 2 weeks. That was so much fun. That was like the best thing. I clipped all the highlights. I'm thinking about doing Peak next month with everybody. And if not everybody has it, we'll probably do repo again. And then I'll probably do another one in March. But basically everybody's invited to come play the game with me. So it's so much fun. I love playing games with other people. But I'm not really into horror games or like realistic kind of horror games. I'll do psychological horror, but I can't do like, yeah. And like repo is at the line. I can play with people and it's fun, but by myself, no. I can't do repo by myself. It's too much. I don't like being scared. But because I peek the mic whenever I play. This is a matter of my laptop looking at the game and Twitch at the same time. Yeah, for sure. Like, my computer is from 2019. It still has a CD drive. That's how old my computer is. And I actually just recently upgraded the GPU on it. And I am just now able to do, like, my YouTuber and Twitch and streaming and a game all in one. It was so bad. It was so bad quite a while ago. I couldn't even... Well, it first started as I can play the game, and then it started to devolving into, oh, I can't even chat. I can't even use my microphone. So I did more of like aesthetically pleasing. And I played Bitcraft because it was very aesthetically pleasing. And then I got my... But if I played like Minecraft or something like that, I could do my microphone and I can do my VTuber. But it made my computer very warm. It was a nice foot warmer. But now that I have this new GPU, and I can play just about everything. Probably not like the newest games, but probably like the newer games on more like a medium or a low quality. But my VTuber runs, and that's what's great. Like, I was able to play Stray with my VTuber on. I've been able to play some of the newer games. I'm able to play Baldur's Gate on like a medium or a high setting with my VTuber, and it's not all glitchy, so that's nice. Before I even got my new GPU, I couldn't even play Stray just by myself because it was too taxing on my computer. But actually making my own character, my own VTuber. This is going to be my new one. Because the one that I'm using right now, she's free. I love her. She's free though. So booting up the Sims. Yeah, The Sims is pretty, it's pretty harsh on the computer. But this one, I'm going to make her into my new VTuber as soon as I learn rigging. So, I know, right? Isn't she cute? I love her so much. She actually more encompasses my personality, the grumpiness. Because the one that I have now, she's free, and she's made by somebody else. So I can't really do much with her. I can't, like, change color. I can't re-rig her or anything like that, so, eh. And I will gladly be very respectful to another person's artwork. Because it's theirs, and it was free, so I don't have that. What's the word? Sorry, I started doing something and my brain froze. I don't have that level of disrespect towards somebody, you know? Yeah. I will gladly respect another person's work. And I thought about asking her to see if she'll do like a full, like the artist, if she'll do like a full body, but this one was more as a practice of learning how to rig, and she does full body rigs, she does half body rigs, she does like full custom art for anybody that will do it, and I'm like, I don't have that money, I barely have $5 to my name. So I was like, I might as well just do it on my own. We're assuming it's not just a mini hyperfixation. We do games, makers, and crafting tips. Yeah, for sure. Ooh, you know, people always get onto people for fursuits. Like, that thing is so hot, and I commend y'all for making those suits. I think they are so amazing, and I think, because, like, that is not just hours, but months of work that y'all put into those. So whenever people are all like, oh, I did a furry, I'm like, no, dude. You go live in that costume and be very thankful that they put 3 fans in the face mask. Like, you will die of heat exhaustion if you sit in that for 2 hours without a fan. Like, those things are a work of art.
Water bottle.
Oh. Oh, I have a water bottle right here. Exactly. Exactly. Big pillow, so at least it's not heavy, you know, unless you put, like, mechanical stuff to, like, make the eyes blink, or, you know, have the jaw attached to your jaw so it opens or whatnot. And so it all depends on how, I don't want to say the word advanced, but intricate. How about that? It depends on how intricate you want it to be, you know? But I have actually thought about making one for myself, because holy shit, I would love to be a dragon. I would love to be a dragon. But not like an anthro dragon. I would be like on all fours breathing fire type of dragon. I would love to do that. Get my hands on stilts, I will walk around like that. Because there was this, they had, at the last Comic-Con that I went to, it's not, yes, Western Dragon. It's not a huge thing here, because I'm in a very conservative area in Texas, go figure. But, there was a kid who made his own dragon mask and his own wings, and he's like maybe 10, and it looked phenomenal. And I was like, you look so good, oh my god. Like, the mask, it looked like a realistic dragon, not just like a cartoony looking thing, or like a kid made it. It actually looked really good. And I thought it was a mask that he bought, and his mom's like, no, that's all paper mache. And I'm like, oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, it was great. I need to see more suits like that, because god damn, man, they were so awesome. Indeed. Homework Cat Queen, that's on drawing 4 out of 10. This is hard. You can ask us stuff on. It's really easy to. Yeah, there are. There are. No, I have to make 10. I have to make 10 drawings. 10 drawings. So I have to make 7 more. That's what I was saying. So. But they're just preliminary sketches, so I don't have to. They have to just be like lightly colored. So it's not like I have to color everything. Yes, 10 by tomorrow. 10 by tomorrow. Maybe if I get up early enough and actually take my ADHD medication like I'm supposed to, I could probably get this done. Because at least the medication actually motivates me and gives me ideas. Instead of like constantly looking around and trying to find something for my hands to fiddle with and not do the thing I'm supposed to be doing. But I need to turn them in by 12:30 tomorrow, so. And on top of that, I have to get an essay done too. But I think that one, let me double check. Oh, he won't. So I'll do yeah, doing it in the morning will never work. Because if I did this in the morning, I would be not in a good spot. Let me see when my okay, so my art history stuff isn't due until 11:30 p.m. So I actually have time on that one. So this one definitely needs to get done. I do have a quiz that's due at 3 p.m. tomorrow. So I need to get that done. Apparently I have a revised... Okay, so other things have been pushed because... Oh man, that's a lot of shit. Thursday, pyramid and film questions for grade and class. Tuesday, prehistoric art. Quiz due date moved to 2/5. 2/5, ancient northeast. Quiz due date moved to 2/10. Egypt now shortened to 1 lecture. Quiz remains due on 2/12. Oh my god. That is 3 quizzes due within a week. That's so much shit. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is why I didn't take this class. This is why I didn't take the class in my freshman year. I'll work through the syllabus and figure out an alternate schedule. I'll send the updated version once I'm done. Okay. That's for the one that I'm currently working on. I also have my Mandarin stuff due on Thursday. Luckily, my atmosphere class, I don't have anything due yet. But I do have a lecture I need to watch. Just do it. Listen, I have ADHD. There is no just do it. There is no just do it. Telling me to just do it makes me not want to do it. The Sanders thing. I'm once again asking you. I wish I could see better how this stuff is put on her. Let's do this more like... Guess I'm gonna do more of a high hip.
I don't know what you're hiding, but here we stand on opposing sides. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. Arm ourselves with the wrongs we've done, hang them off one by one. Let's go to war. Let's go to war.
Fishtail. This needs stitched on or somewhere like an addition. Yeah. Probably. Because I've seen the actual costumes being sold online and they had better pictures of them, but it's still so black that you can't really see. It's a cold war. Let's go to war. Let's do more of a point. This. What colors do we have? That's true. That's true. You're right. Because I know that a lot of it was like corn, and then some were like added on or stitched on. Let's do... I can give myself a very big palette. And I did take, no, not pictures, but colors from this. Yeah, there's like mesh right there, like in the, right there where the elbow is. There's mesh and it's like big rip area. But some of it was actually like sewn into the seams. So that, it's like the seam would be right here, and so they like sew it into the seam. And then some of it is a big rip with like the mesh underneath. Or like up here it was more like a shawl piece or something. So I'll work in it. I'll work it in. I'll probably do some like gauze and rip it up and put it in there. But not like Halloween-y gauze, like actual buy it from a fabric store gauze. And this one, I think. Or tulle. Tool would be really scratchy against the skin though. Unless you find a specific type of tool. Maybe organza. But organza's really stiff. This tool. Probably more chiffon if we want to go like sheer stuff. Chiffon would probably be better. Silk mesh, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Alright, let's add a layer. Opacity. Let's go for 25. I'm actually needing a softer brush. Big. A bit smaller. A bit more control with this. Ah. Something. And nothing's enough when your soul is missing. I'm surprised you feel something on my touch. Something on my wrist. Damn it. Probably. Maybe. Oh, it's almost time. Yeah, it might be good for me to hop off so I can actually get it focused and done. And then, yeah, so I can actually focus. I mean, not saying that I'm not focused here. But, so that there's nothing else distracting me for sure. This looks good though, I enjoyed sitting here and talking with people. Got me ideas. Just this piece. Go do homework. Indeed, I shall. Yeah. I also need to charge my pin again. It's at 50%. So. Oh, man. Well, thanks, guys, for coming in. I appreciate talking to everybody. That was a lot of fun. If I got more homework like this that I need to do, I'll definitely do this again. This was fun. I enjoyed it. Gave me some more perspective and stuff. Big ol' yap session. Thanks, Onesie. I appreciate it. But y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Tuesday? Yeah, tomorrow's Tuesday. You can help somewhat. Thank you. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll definitely see y'all tomorrow. I'll have everything done that's due, so yeah. We'll get back to gaming tomorrow. But y'all have a great night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye! Bum bum, ba-dum bum bum.